Hi, and welcome to the recording. This recording is going to be a little different because I've realized that a lot of people don't actually know how to use Redstone. Like, at all. Or how it works. So this is going to be basics on that. Not terribly good at it, but I know enough that I'm going to go through the basics of everything from the beginning to modern day. And if everything else gets added, I'll go over it. So this part, it's going to be the introduction to Redstone, which is inputs, outputs, and Redstone itself. Okay, I'll just get it set up. Okay, we are now set up. So, the basic idea of Redstone works on the basis of you have an item, and you have an item you want to power. So by powering that item, you can do stuff. Okay? Now, what Redstone does, is it acts as a bridge between said items. So if we want to power that from farther away, you can do stuff. There are, for the most part, quite a few different types of ways of powering. You have wood, heavy weighted, light weighted, or stone. And then also levers and buttons. The different ways these do things is that first off is that if we start with the button powers it for a little bit and then turns off. Whereas the lever will be continuously powered, and so if I press it again, it won't do anything until I press it the second time. Whereas stone, it cannot be activated. So pressure plates work by they're activated by items or entities. Stone can't be activated by items, but only entities. If we put that in there and we put an item on there, it's not going to happen. But if we put an entity on there, it's going to work. Whereas weighted pressure plates, you need more than one entity. As these three can all be activated by entities. So if you don't want items or stuff to open your stuff, you'll need a stone pressure plate. When redstone is powered, it will only run for 15 blocks in total. After the 15th block, it doesn't power anything. We can show this using pistons. Right here, it does nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright, redstone doesn't power well. You can see this, if we place the lamp here, it won't power. But if we place it here, it does power, because this is the 15th block. So I mean, after this point, redstone doesn't have any power. This power can be extended if you use the redstone repeater. The repeater will give a power, will take in the power and give a power output of 15 again. It's interesting. So now you have your full. Now it's a 32 technically, but you have a full 15 more blocks. These repeaters also can be delayed. Delaying your repeaters just means when power comes into here, it takes ticks before it powers the rest of it. So this means if it were to power into this, it would be 1 tick before the rest would power, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks. This can be shown when I power this redstone. It takes a little bit to turn off and on, whereas this is more or less instant. There's also another quirk in redstone, is that if you power into a block, it powers the item on the other side of the block. This will work with anything at all, hoppers, whatever, lights, pistons. We can now move on to pistons. The pistons themselves come in 2 forms. You got sticky, or non-stick, normal piston, and a sticky piston. Difference? Well, let me show you. One piston will push it up and not bring it down, whereas the other one will bring it down. So if we do that on the other side, nothing happens. This means that this can push up and down. If we read this one, it goes up and down, and it will take the block up and bring it down. If done fast enough, it will push the block up and just leave it there, as you can see, when it, like that. This is called a 1 tick pulse, meaning that 1 tick, it pushes it up but doesn't come down. Whereas this, whatever you do, no matter what you do, you can never bring the block down after pushing it upwards. Right, you have to push it into the... this is why redstone's a pain. There you go. Also, all the redstone you have to do has to be pushed into or else if you just do it on the side, it doesn't work. It has to be specifically into the block. So if we do that, that's not coming down no matter what you do. It's an interesting mechanic and can be used in many things like doors or other redstone components where you want to bring it back, but also... So this can be used in a system... get out the flippin' thing. Get rid of the evidence. Nothing happened here. Okay. This idea can be used in a system like this, where it uses... my system might be broken, I'm just using... This is my own design, but it uses systems to push a double block into the middle. As you can see, up here, this block has a hard time of getting up there. So what do we do? Because if you look at this, this powers... These are both powered piston blocks. So that means this one shoots this one up like that. This one then shoots this block into the middle. So in a design like this, where you want it to go forward, if we were to build the same design, you would get this. Not very good. You're not getting... It's much more inefficient and not as good compared to if you had this. You get a good working faster, because you can see this will catch up way faster. And go farther ahead because that block is getting pulled back and forth. So it's better to use pistons in farm cases where you want to move a large quantity of blocks and not bring them back, and sticky pistons in cases of doors. That's the idea. If you look at Farm from Illumingo and those types of people, we can see how they use their blocks to push large quantity of items that they want to blow up elsewhere. This is done. This just shows that there's use cases for both of them, but some use cases are better for one than others.